make a frame for my wood project map right here. So this map is 12 by 12. So I'm 12 by 12. So what I'm going to do is this beautiful piece of cherry, better to be a little too long than too short. And I'm actually going to get two pieces out of this. So I'm going to cut it not at 24, but probably more like 28. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut a groove out with my dado blade set. And I could do a lot of measurements, but it's not going to make too much difference as long as I'm consistent on my whole frame. So the width of my cut is going to be set by the fence, and then the depth of the cut is the height of the blade. And I want that blade to be high enough so that my frame will fit inside of it, right? So if you're only, I have two boards here, but if you only have one board, I just want to make sure it's going to fit in there. So I'm just going to come a little bit above the height there. Something like that, just enough so I get a staple in the back of the frame. And then, because there's no kicker splitter on here, I'm going to use the magnetic feather boards. And I hold my board up against the fence. And this really helps prevent the board from traveling anywhere. So that's pretty tight. And the same on this one. And then I have my plastic ready. I'm taking a lot of wood out. I want to go pretty slow. So that groove right there, you can see where I paused and broke the wood. That groove's the frame's gonna sit like that. So it's gonna sit over it. Then I'll go ahead and flip this board into this one. And then here are my other two sides at the exact same settings. Two sides off at 1 1/4. And then these are going to be all four of my sides, so these are pairs. Right? And they're twice the length of what I need plus some. So I cut those dados, and then I rip them on the table saw. So I'm just going to set this at 45 and make my first cut. It's really hard to remember this, but it's going to go like this always. The dado cut is on the smaller side of the frame. So I'm going to cut that at a 45. I want my hands to be in the larger angles. I'm going to make it as little as possible and cut my two pieces together. And then this is also tricky. When I do my measuring, I'm actually not measuring from here or from here. I'm going to measure from the inside of my dado. But I got a lot of playroom, so I want to make it make it too big, and I won't be able to see it because it'll be covered up. So then my next cut is going to go like this. Everybody with me there? And I'm going to do these together as well. So this goes like this, and I want to cut this way. I'm going to reverse my 45. I reverse my 45. I want to hold it, again, on the big angle side. And I'm actually going to write on these that these are my opposing pairs. So this is going to have a 1, and this is going to have a 1 on it. Okay? And I don't really care if they're all identical, but opposing pairs have to be identical, not even a 32nd off, otherwise your miters won't work out well. So I got those pairs. In my next set of pairs, I got to cut them and throw this away. So I got to cut this triangle, so my dado's on the inside. So I got to cut this and throw this triangle away. These two opposing pairs, these are going to be top and bottom. These are going to be my sides. So again, I'm going to line it up, with a little bit of room, and it'll go right there. So this cut, this cut, sure these two are perfectly together. Good firm hold on it. And then these are opposing pairs. And then these are twos. So I have my opposing sides. So this is just kind of dry clamping them to see if it's even going to work. And make sure this thing's going to fit in here this way. So I got a lot of extra there, and I have a lot of extra there, but I'm not going to see it at all because this is going to be flush up against the face, right? So this thing goes in here like this, and just find that it's a little too big. And then I'll just glue and clamp, making sure that this diagonal and this diagonal are identical. If they're off just like even a 16 or an 8, then what that means is this whole thing is going to be racked out like that. You know, that's exaggerated, which you won't be able to pick up the fact that it's not square, but you will create these gigantic gaps. So if you have perfect miters here, then you should have 0 gaps on these. Okay, any questions on that?